Hey guys, what is happening and welcome to this video. So in today's video, we are talking about why people don't want to have kids in Canada and how this kind of sets the stage to how this bubble will eventually implode. So without further ado guys, let's do this. All right guys, welcome back. So you know what, I hear from a lot of you guys and I really thank you so much for all your comments and everything that you leave on the videos. I love speaking to you. Leave a comment, I try and respond to every single one. Now guys, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I've got a free email newsletter. The email is below, sign up to that if you're interested. It's free. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I don't know what we'll do with it. Also, hit the channel, go to the community center after the video. I conduct lots of polls on there and I like to think we're a bit of a democracy. So the thing is guys, today we're talking about birth rates in particular and why they're in decline. And it's not just a Canada issue, it's an issue that is replicated across all Western countries. And it's quite interesting, you know, because when you go to developing countries and you look at them, their birth rates are actually increasing slightly. So the thing is, it then becomes a question of why is that happening? And really, you just have to look at the financialization of what's happening in countries like Canada, where housing has been financialized, and all different asset classes. So when that happens, it puts people out, because the thing is, housing is an emotional thing. I've discussed this before. People want to be able to own their home, and that's never going to change. We're never going to move to this society, I don't think anyway, of the Great Reset, where you own nothing and you'll be happy. I don't think we'll ever get there. But the thing is, obviously with that being said, you have to realize where we're at right now. And where we're at right now in the cycle, you know, I believe we're towards the end of this cycle. And really, it's because I can see all the cracks, all the same cracks that were happening in the eggshell during 2007 and during every other bubble that has happened. And it doesn't matter if it's the Chinese financial crisis that ends up taking this out. It could be a number of different variables, but right now they all seem to be converging. The thing is, once this cascade happens, then it's going to be virtually impossible for even the Canadian government to stop it happening, because it has gotten so big. So you have to remember that. But one thing that nobody seems to talk about is the fact that nobody wants to have kids anymore. Well, why is that? And it's like I said, it's the financialization of everything. So really, the government's solution to that is let's import loads of people, because people here don't want to have kids. And then it's kind of like the greater fool theory, in the fact that they're bringing people over and those people don't really realize what it's like. So then they come over. But those people are more likely to leave than the Canadians themselves, because most of them, they have family back in their other country. You know, Canadians, a lot of the population is immigrants, especially in the cities. So that has to kind of put something in perspective for you, because you have to realize us immigrants, we actually have barely any ties to Canada. So we're the most likely to move and get up and move. And that is something that the government, I don't even think, has realized that they've created. I hear from people all the time right now, mostly immigrants and Canadians, saying that they're leaving Canada. There are huge groups now of people leaving Canada. What does that tell you? It tells you that there's a growing part of the population that has seen the writing on the wall and they're going, I don't buy this. And that's the thing, guys. If prices just continue, like let's say the impossible happens and prices just continue rising at the rate they're rising right now, everybody who can leave will leave. And that is such a huge part of the population here that it would destroy things like the housing market. So the notion that housing prices are just going to continue forever is utterly ridiculous. It really is. It's totally baseless. You know, a lot of people quote immigration and I laugh at them because I say, hey, have you looked at the population growth between 2000 and 2020? And then look at the population growth between 1980 and 2000. And guess what? Between 1980 and 2000, it was way higher. The population was growing way faster. And guess what? They were building less homes. Yet the prices, it was the normal cyclical real estate market, which is up and down. So the thing is, guys, when you're in a bubble, you just kind of get accustomed. You start to believe that this is never going to end. And I think that's really where we get towards the turning point, guys. I think when people start to believe that it's never going to end, we are really in the final stages, because that is essentially when there is so much fear baked into the market, and there really is tons of fear in the market. People just don't even know it. They're taking on risks that they can't comprehend. It will play out eventually, guys. It's human psychology. People are greedy at times like this when they should actually be fearful. And that is a Warren Buffett quote. And Warren Buffett is a billionaire, guys. He's a billionaire investor. He's a very humble guy, somebody that I admire a lot because he's just so humble. Whereas most people these days are just money, 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 greed, greed, greed. And I really think of other people. That's why I come here to YouTube. At the end of the day, I don't make money out of creating these videos. I'm here to provide a service, I believe, that nobody else has the guts to provide. And that's the pure fact about it. And you can see and hear the passion in my voice when it comes to these issues. And the thing is, guys, just like all those immigrants, I am going to leave. I'm going to leave. And there's a couple of reasons why that is, and I would encourage you to think about it if you haven't done so already. Even if you're sat on the sidelines right now and you're thinking you could buy, and you know, we could easily afford to buy here. We don't want to. We don't want to get into mountains of debt. And we feel like the economy is just propped up by a little stick that could snap at any time, and we don't want to be there in that situation. So the thing is, guys, you have to sort of think, hold on a second, could I move? Could I create my own business? What could I create that could really propel me to leave and go to a place that's more affordable? And a lot of these places, guys, we're led to believe are full of drug cartels. You know, they're very dangerous and you're just going to get kidnapped as soon as you move there, like Mexico. And it's really not the case. That's the funny thing. We're always led to believe that. If you can make a good business here that you can then move online and then you can move to a different country, you will be way better off in a different country than you would be here. Because the thing is, guys, when this all goes down, the banking system will be under so much pressure. It will force the government to bail it out, just like they did in 2008 in the US. And when that happens, it's just going to mean your taxes are going to go through the roof, and some way or another, you will end up paying for the greed of other people. So to avoid that happening, as much as Canada is a great country, and I truly believe it is, and the people here are great too, you have to be realistic. Do you really want to be here long term? And when this goes down, even if this does go down and you can afford a house, are you going to be in a position where your finances are so stable that you can actually go by and not worry about losing your job when everybody else is losing their job? At the end of the day, guys, these are serious, tough questions that you have to ask yourself. And that's why I encourage people to leave. I think it's a growing thing, and I see it all the time. I'm part of these groups. There's different groups. You can email me if you want to become part of these groups. The people in there, a lot of them have moved already during 2020 and 2021, and they have lots of tips that they can give you about moving to places like Mexico. So anyway, guys, please like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Leave a comment below and we can have a conversation down there. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace and love, guys. Bye-bye.